Okay, just on a side note, I think when we're done, we must just discuss how gorgeous James actually is. But hey, oh my God! I'm telling you, like... Okay, sorry. Yeah, anyway.
I think the landscape has changed completely, like dramatically, because the stories we're telling now are real, just real human stories about just what normal people go through. And it's no longer attached to the past or attached to this narrative or this agenda, but it's just about a realness about, the human experience, which is lovely to watch because South Africans, there's a lot of story that I felt were not being told that we're now beginning to tell.
I totally agree, okay, because, and you see it in the genres, like Jane was saying, she just shot a horror movie. That's very, very new to South African audience. I was looking at shows like Gomorrah and shows like The Queen and shows like Queen Sono, in that we didn't really explore action that much. South Africa is relatively new, just in general, to every other film industry in the world. And I think we can still see it in maybe how we shoot our fighting scenes. Yes, we shot this shooting scene like this. It wasn't the greatest, but it's a learning curve because now we know when we shoot the next shooting scene or when we shoot something else, now we know what we could have done better in the previous thing.
For me, it's been incredible in the past 20 years of being in this industry to see how it has grown. I think we've come so far. But I think we still have a long way to go. So now is not the time to sit on our laurels. I think it's incredibly exciting to see that broadcasters are starting to see that there's an appetite from our audience to see local content. But I do think we have to start thinking bigger. And I think with productions like, for instance, Trackers, that had a massive budget, one of the biggest budgets that any South African series has had, it's proven to work because if you just look at the production quality they had, and it's travel.
Yeah. Okay, just on a side note, I think when we're done, we must just discuss how gorgeous James actually is. I'm telling you, the first time.
Ginger man.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, anyway. So beautiful.
He's got great hair, hey?
Okay, sorry guys. I just needed to say.
Everything I wanted to say is gone because of Rami. Thank you, Rami. Thank you.
I truly do think a lot has changed. I do, however, think that we don't market our businesses very well. I do think at times we're not sure what our target markets for our businesses are. I do think this product we call performance is segmented far too much, that there's a white industry, there's a black industry, there's an Indian industry. For me, it's just a little uncomfortable, especially with where we are in South Africa. I think it creates a third dimension where we all exist outside of each other, so don't know each other's stories. We need to work hard at this point. I think maybe the generations before us didn't spill over what lessons they had learned, or maybe we didn't ask enough questions. But it's time now to ask questions before they do leave us. And we treat this as not only an art, but as a business. And it can grow.
I agree. I mean, there is clearly still a lot of division. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that film and the entertainment industry does hold up a mirror to society. So whatever we see here, whatever divisions we see here, it's because it's reflecting off of our society and also our jobs to lead that. And I think that, so many people watch television and are influenced by it. So it does give us some power in that respect. It gives us power to lead change, to initiate that, which I think puts us in quite a fortunate position.
I agree 100% with what everyone has said thus far, and the fact that we are exposed and we have access to so much more. I remember a time when the only thing I was exposed to was 4 channels, and that has changed so much in the fact that we've got digital access, we've got Showmax, we've got DStv.
It's evolving at a very rapid pace, and that's so lovely to see.
I think what's amazing about being in the entertainment industry at this time is that, one, our viewers are hungry for more because they've got access to more. So they hold us to a higher benchmark because they want what they see internationally from their local actors. And I think that it's great for us as artists in this industry at this point in time because we have that much to work up to and to live up to. And I'm not saying that international things are always better, but like you said, Siphesihle, we've got we can improve on our action scenes or our, guts and gory graphic horror things. And I think it's just nice.
There's one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people are bringing their own content, especially my generation. We're bringing our own content, everybody working together, basically. We would take this to another level, to a serious international level. We can have our place in the Hollywood as well, if we can try to work together.
The power in collaboration, I think that's what made K-dramas work so much, because everyone just went all in, and now they're now everywhere. They've taken such a big space and a big piece of the pie, and all of a sudden everyone is just watching K-dramas. The power in collaboration.
I think that we also need to start taking the craft more seriously in terms of training ourselves and educating ourselves in this sphere. And I understand because of the country we live in and because of our socioeconomic status and because of resources and APC and many other things, a lot of people can't afford to go study drama and they can't afford to go do particular things. But in that same breath, I still think it's so important for us to at least try something. Take a short course in something. I don't know.
100%.
Do something. Try something. When you do get the resources, there are acting coaches who are more than willing to lower their prices if they know that it's a student that wants acting classes.
I'm looking at the caliber of actors and crew that we have in this country that have worked on international productions, and when they work on local productions, they are bringing astronomical value. And I think it's so important to invest here because we have great stories. We have different cultures with the hardest working crew and cast you will find, who are incredibly professional.
You guys answered it so beautifully. I don't feel like there's a lot else that I can add. I agree with what all of you are saying. As a young, naive actor, I'm very, very excited for the future of our country because we have important stories to tell and beautiful stories to tell and a big variety of stories to tell. And I hope that's acknowledged more and more, and that we move in a lot of different directions, and that we're breaking stereotypes down, and that we're challenging things constantly and challenging our society with our stories. I hope it just continues and grows and it evolves more and more.
In order for us to make this a sustainable industry, we have to start supporting the creatives behind the scenes. Because yes, we do have the most incredible stories to tell. We have the most incredible talent. And that's something I feel very passionate about. That's part of the reason James and I are living in Los Angeles at the moment. We have a very, very big heart to help build bridges between LA and South Africa. South Africa has so much to offer. And we just need to start broadening the playing field.
I know how hard it is to work in this industry and to get work. I'm incredibly grateful for what I have. So I think there's no better time than now during Corona, but definitely to invest in local content.
Because we definitely have the talent in our country. We really do. And now we also have resources. So definitely have the potential to be at, if we want to compare ourselves to America, but at that level.
Be excited.
It's nice to know that we can work harder. We've got a benchmark. We know what viewers want, and as the actors, we can push ourselves to actually deliver on that.
So I find this whole new world of storytelling very, very exciting. And it shows in the way that we are now becoming internationally competitive because we are now being authentic in our voices. The landscape has changed in the most beautiful way.
Can you see everyone?
Am I recording?
So tired.
A lot of talking.
A lot of talking.